Howdy, this is Omega Goku here with another kind of a weird video, kind of a short video, kind of just going back over some of the stuff I talked about in the end card of the last one that I felt like, because I've noticed some things that I didn't mention back there, and that video was kind of put together quickly. I was up at like 4 in the morning, like recording that, so yeah, so there's definitely a few things I missed. One of which being the actual, like, timestamps for when things were created. I mentioned how the date modified was, like, interesting and of note. Like, the first thing created during that recording session was the Happy Thoughts file. And so the log says, which is created when you close the game, says we close the game at 9:43. And that recording session ended up being about 40 minutes, so doing quick math, obviously, like 40 minutes from the end, or like 3 minutes into the video, or so, which actually less than that, like 2 minutes into the video, would have been when that Happy Thoughts file was created, which that was at the scene where you're giving Sayori a hug. So, you know, cute little moment there. So then, the next thing that got created was the traceback at 9:07, which obviously is 4 minutes after that, which, if we go from the hug timestamp, that's when you're reading Sayori's poem that she gave to, or that she's going to read for the festival, which doesn't really make sense. So then, a few minutes after that is the actual exception has occurred thing with the C game scripts for traceback, blah blah blah. So, if we say that's where traceback's created, because, like, I edited and cut some things off the front and the back of the video, and just things like that, that might have skewed the times a little bit. So if we go 4 minutes back from that, which is when Happy Thoughts should have been made, you get to the part, the morning after, like, between when you get to school and when you leave your house, you're talking about, like, oh, maybe I should go, like, see Sayori, and, like, get her to come to school with me. And then the last one, the Can You Hear Me file, was created about 20 minutes into the video, which was during the quote-unquote special poem with the stare at the dot to reveal a message. So that's just kind of interesting. So then the next thing I noticed was I went back through and looked at the script file again. And in the script file, there is about 2,000 lines in, which is pretty far. If you remember in the last endpoint, there was the bit of readable text, like, right at the beginning. So about 2,000 line in, there's a bit of text that says, I can't do anything, nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It would be really, really easy to kill myself right now, but that would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? And then there's a bit of text that I think is going back into the binary that says, made with Ren, PY, PNG, which I kind of lied, but I didn't really. I said the game was made in Python, but it's actually made in this scripting language made specifically for for visual novels called Ren something. But basically, it's, like, derived from Python, so that's why the files look the way they do, but that's kind of unimportant. So then the next thing I found, still going through the script file, like, I gave it a pretty cursory look over, but at about 4,000 lines in to this file, that's, like, something like 10,000, I think even more than that. I think it's, like, 20 or 30,000 lines long. Like, it's huge. And it's mostly just jumbled garbage, but there's a section that is Sayori's winning words. Then it has a list of words that I didn't get a picture of all of them because it was pretty long. But they have numbers next to them, which I'm assuming is, like, how much they like them. I'm not entirely sure because some of them are out of order. Because there's, like, it goes like 3, 2, 1, other than there's, like, 3, 1, 2. But there's words for Sayori, there's words for Natsuki, and there's words for Yuri, which I'm assuming is going to go along with the poem writing, so you could hypothetically, like, look at the list and write a poem that one of them will like 100%. So, one thing to note is that Monica doesn't have a list of words, which make of that as you will. I think that's it, really, that I can talk about for now. Oh, what else was there? I think there was something else. Oh, so the characters folder. I don't know, because I mentioned that the characters folder's never been updated. And everything that's in there said it was there since I installed the game. Now, hypothetically, there's the possibility that it records when you started the game and can actually, like, put in a fake modified date, which is very possible and very easy to do, but I feel like that's not the case. And then the fact that the folder itself has a different modified date from the files inside means that something would have had to be deleted from that file, or added to the folder. And the fact that Sayori isn't in there means that the character is just completely deleted from the game. So, interesting stuff. So that's all I've got for this one. It's more of a retrospective. If you haven't watched the end card from the last video, I suggest you do if you're interested in this. I talk a little more in depth about some of the individual things. But yeah, so thanks for hanging around and watching this. See you in the next one.